What's up, everybody? So we're on the road and I'm gonna go get my hair done. I'm headed to my hairstylist in Minnesota, Kansas. We are going to get these extensions under control. So it's been about 10 weeks since I last had them fixed, like pushed up. They are in desperate need of some attention. My hair usually doesn't grow very fast, and that's why I decided to get extensions, because I want long hair, but my hair just doesn't, my natural hair just doesn't cooperate with me. I've tried, vitamins, I've tried anything I can think of, really. So I decided to go with these extensions. I've had tape-ins before, and I've had, obviously, the clip-ins. I like the clip-ins, but I just feel like people can see them and people know. And the tape-ins, I like them. I use them for my wedding day. They were too bulky, and the tape, there's just so many rules that you couldn't do with tape-in extensions. I didn't like them because there were so many rules. Now, these extensions are called natural beaded rose. It's way more comfortable on my head. I can do so much with them. It's like my natural hair. I'm gonna take you along with me today. We're gonna get my hair done. I've been getting so many questions about my hair and questions about the extensions and that kind of stuff. So I thought that it would be a better idea to just go to my hair appointment. We're gonna show you how it's done. My hairstylist is gonna answer all the questions that you guys have. I'm excited. I'm excited to get my hair done. I love it when she does my hair. It's awesome. She's awesome. So if you're looking for a bomb hairstylist and you're in Kansas, or even if you don't mind traveling to Kansas to get your hair done, I definitely suggest Aubrey Bolton out of Medicine Lodge, Kansas. Yeah, we'll see you there. Questions about my extensions, like every single other day, probably.
So we do an extension method called natural beaded rose, and it's a sew-in method. It's hand-tied. We use hand-tied hair. We use the hand-tied hair. If you give me just a second, I will show you what the hand-tied hair looks like.
And it's real hair,
yes,
right?
It's 100% real hair. So this is what Addison's hair looks like right now. It's wet, obviously, because we colored it. But this is what her wefts look like when they're put together. So obviously this is just a maintenance appointment. This isn't her first appointment. So within this one row, there is 6 wefts. So there's 6 individual hand-tied wefts in this that we sew together to make one row. And this is her bottom row, so it will be placed just right along like so. And then we sew that in, but we start out just by sectioning the hair off.
So usually you do only like 2 sections, right? Or just some people do 3?
So it really depends. For Addison's hair, since she has a good length of hair, so she wears 18 inches. So there's 14, 18, and 22. And Addison wears 18 inches. And since her hair is a good, decent, natural length, like this is what her natural length looks like.
I feel like my hair has grown so much.
Yeah, it really has.
Since when did I get these? December?
December, I think.
Okay, so I first started in December, and my hair was
pretty fine.
It was really fine, and it was like, yeah. My hair wouldn't hardly grow past like right here.
Basically, Addison can curl her hair, once a week?
Oh, geez.
And maybe touch up a few curls if you need to. That's the nice thing about it. The nice thing about this hair, again, with it being 100% real hair, is it has a nice texture to it when it air dries. So we were actually just talking about when Addison came in today about how when she lets it air dry, the texture matches her natural hair. And so she doesn't feel like she's walking around with her crazy, texture in her hair, and then her extension hair is bored straight, and then it's a dead giveaway that she has extensions. And so that's another nice thing about it, is it just blends so cohesively that you don't even realize that she's wearing extensions.
And I feel like people that don't know me don't even realize that I have extensions in.
No.
Like, you can't tell, but the people that do know me, they're just like, now I know your hair didn't grow that much overnight, so let me ask you, do you have extensions? So I get that question a lot. But I mean, if you if you didn't know me before the extensions, you would never know.
But back to how many rows. So really that just kind of depends on the client's natural hair, whether we do 1 rows mainly just for bulk. So if they really just want to add some volume, they don't necessarily want to add any length, we typically just go in and just put 1 row in, and that just kind of helps add volume, add bulk. Whereas with Addison, for example, we're adding bulk and length, so we're adding 2 rows. That way we can really make sure that everything blends really nice, looks really nice. We go in and we custom color her hair, and then we custom color the extensions too. So when they come, they're
like blonde, right?
Yeah, they're
all of them are blonde.
I can order them in
any
different colors.
Okay.
But I just order something like roughly close to kind of what we're thinking we're gonna do, and then I always custom color. So even today, even though we didn't do a whole lot of coloring, I still toned her extensions because they still just need a little bit. They just need to be toned up, and we need to get a little bit of the brass out. We want to make sure that when she leaves here, she looks nice and refreshed, and make sure that it doesn't look like she's wearing extensions. We never want her to feel like she's wearing extensions. That's the purpose of them.
And that's what I felt like with my clip-ins and even my tape-ins. With my clip-ins, I always felt like they were going to fall out, and I felt like people could definitely tell I was wearing extensions.
Yeah, sure.
I was paranoid the entire time I was wearing them. And my tape-ins, I liked them when I first got them. But then, there's so many rules. You can't put conditioner on the tape. You can't do this. You can't do that. And I like to just be able to live my crazy life with whatever.
Totally.
So that's what I like about these.
So when you shampoo your hair, what's it look like when you shampoo? What do you do? Are you?
What do you mean?
When you shampoo, do you just go in and regularly shampoo, or do you have to worry about where your conditioner goes?
No, I always dig right in.
That's my favorite part about them, is you can literally live just your regular normal life. You don't. Obviously you want to be cautious about when you're shampooing your hair, but unlike, thank you, with some other extension methods, sometimes you have to worry about where you're placing conditioner, how you're washing the extensions, etc. Obviously you still want to be cautious about what you're doing, but you don't have to worry near as bad like you would with the tape in, for example. You don't have to worry about getting conditioner on the tape and that tape slipping out. So yeah, right now
I just feel like these are just more heavy duty.
Yeah, they are. They're a little bit more bulletproof. So right now we're going to start beating her row. So what you just saw me do earlier was I took her weft and placed it up along her head so we could get a rough idea of where we needed to start each section. And so right now we're just going in and creating the track that we're going to sew the extensions into. So since it's a hand-tied method, we're actually not sewing into the hair or placing any tension along the hair. The weight's evenly distributed since it is in a halo form instead of individual tape or bond. There's no glue, there's no heat, there's no tape, there's nothing like that involved. So it makes for an easy 5-minute maybe removal.
Yeah.
It's painless. It should be damageless if installed properly and taken care of properly.
Usually these extensions last me oh my gosh,
Yeah, so
like in between. I think I haven't been here for like 10 weeks.
yeah, so Addison went a little bit longer than we like, but she takes really good care of her extensions. Typically, we want to go about 6 to 8 weeks in between maintenance appointments. So maintenance appointments are simply when you're taking the extensions out and you can color them, you can color your hair, but mainly we're taking them out and moving them up. That's the purpose of the maintenance. So as they start to grow out, I wish that we would have got a picture.
Yeah, we
of
should
what
have.
it
They were
looks
really
like.
grown out.
But as they grow out, there will be like a little gap right here between like the new growth and where the weft sits. And so if it's not taken care of, then hair in between that can start to mat up. And so it's really crucial that we're not going more than like 6, 8, 10 weeks, because then that's when it can start causing damage, just because we're allowing the hair to come through and, like I said, start kind of like matting up. And so it's very crucial that we're, properly brushing our hair and just taking really good care of it with at-home maintenance. Addison does a really good job of taking care of her hair. And then I also, as a stylist doing MBR, get asked a lot of questions about how long the hair itself lasts, like how often do you have to replace the hair. And so typically what I say is about 9 to 12 months, depending on the person and how well they take care of their hair. So most extension hair has to be replaced every like 3 to 6 months. And so that's what's really nice about MBR, is it can be every 9 to 12 if taken care of properly. And then when we go to replace it, instead of replacing all of the hair at one time, I end up cutting the wefts apart and kind of pulling out like 3 to 5 of the worst wefts and tossing those and replacing those with new ones. That way you don't ever have to pay like for a whole brand new set of hair. It looks a little bit more lived in and natural that way. And yeah.
So you like just gradually work into new hair.
Absolutely.
And we did that last visit.
The last appointment we replaced what, I think 3 or 4 wefts?
Yeah, I think we replaced 4. Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like, her hair looks like brand new hair now that we've replaced 4 wefts. It's insane.
Oh, it was so crazy after we had put those new wefts in compared to like the old ones.
Yeah, and not that
It
her
was
old ones
nuts.
look bad by any means, but sometimes it just helps to have a little refresh.
I get asked a lot if they hurt.
Well, you answered that.
So, okay, the first day is kind of rough.
Yeah, you
Because
get
it's sore.
yeah, you get like a tension headache, like what you would get like with a ponytail.
But like it's not sewed into like your head or anything.
No.
It's just like a track. And so therefore like just take ibuprofen and I'm fine, but like I said, it's just like a sore feeling, it doesn't hurt. But the first day is always the roughest. But by the next day I feel great.
So that's what her track looks like. And then we'll sew the wefts into the track. At the end of this video, I'll have Addison attach all of my information so that if I have anybody that has any other questions, you guys can feel free to reach out to me, ask me questions, schedule an MBR appointment. Yeah. So now we've placed the weft along the track. And this is damp. I'm doing it damp so that you can kind of see the difference between what her natural hair and her extension hair is right now. And then we'll give it a nice blow dry and a nice style, and then you guys can see at the end the final touch. But that's what it looks like before we sew it in. So now we're going to start sewing her track in.
So how are these different than regular like sew in extensions?
So a lot of sewing methods, they are sewing into your hair. We are not sewing into your hair. So there's not any room for damage in your hair because there's no weight on your hair. The only place that the extensions are attached are through those little beads that I applied using the track. And since we're not sewing into those beads, there's no room for any tension or damage.
And I wish we would have like filmed it like coming out.
I know.
But like with my hair, there's no damage when it comes out. The only thing that comes out is the hair that is caught in the bead that, you know, because you shed hair every single day.
Yeah, so
I shed hair
the
like
average
crazy.
person sheds about 100 hairs a day. And so you think those beads that were in that track, you have to think those beads have been there for 6, 8, 10 weeks. And so they're gonna have shed in there. They're gonna have a little bit of conditioner buildup, a little bit of shampoo buildup, things like that. And so typically, like when they come out and we're brushing the hair out, there's gonna be a little bit of hair that comes out and sheds. But that's simply just the hair that has shed while it was in the bead. I always pull that section out, take a really good look at it, and make sure that nothing's damaged. And if it's damaged, then I always highly recommend that we take a break. We examine our at-home maintenance. We examine what we've been doing in our spare time, like how we've been brushing, how we've been shampooing, things like that, because there's really no reason that there should be any damage from these. Just a nice seamless blend. So that's with 2 full rows. Young Again is a Kevin Murphy product. I just use 1 to 2 pumps every morning and every evening, just depending on how much hair you have, kind of like how much your hair can handle it. Typically, I like to use it best at night because if you're
using it at night.
Yeah, because if your hair gets a little oily, then it has time to absorb over the evening. So even though like you're putting straight oil in your hair, you never wake up the next morning and feel like it's oily.
But that's what I felt like with other oils too.
Yeah.
I always put it in and my hair looks disgusting.
Yeah.
But with the Kevin Murphy it doesn't.
Yeah, no, with Kevin Murphy it doesn't. It's really nice. It's really nice and lightweight. It's super hydrating still though, which is really nice.
so much fun filming with Aubrey today. I feel very good that we answered everyone's questions. I walked out there feeling good. I walked out there looking good. It was just a successful time. So yeah, if you have any more questions, please feel free to message me, message Aubrey. I'm gonna have every single form of communication for her in the description box. Please check her out. If you are interested in some of these extensions, just contact her. She'll answer everything. Go to her for pricing and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna eat this delicious pizza that I just picked up, and I'm just gonna have a good night. So yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell before you leave, and let me know if you want more videos incorporating other people. Follow her on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I'll link it all down in the description bar down below, and yeah.